Welcome! I'm John McKinney, multi-engine instructor. In this video, you will learn emergency procedures for an engine failure during takeoff in a light twin Piper Seminole aircraft. Today, we'll be flying in one of our simulators at the Aviation Technology Center in Indianapolis. The Lycoming engines on this aircraft have a low failure rate of about 1 out of every 10,000 flight hours. As compared to a single engine pilot, the twin engine pilot receives twice the chance of experiencing an engine failure. A surprise engine failure on takeoff can be one of the riskiest situations that a pilot could encounter. Pilots can prepare and manage this risk by verbally briefing their emergency plans out loud. Let's review the possible decisions and associated cockpit actions before taking the runway. If we detect any abnormality before rotate 75 knots, abort the takeoff. We smoothly pull the throttles to idle, apply brake pressure, and call out abort. Abort. Aborting that takeoff or aborting the takeoff and maintaining control, that might be the best case scenario. We can return to the maintenance hangar and address the problem. But what do we do if the engine fails after liftoff and the landing gear is still extended? The best thing to plan for is a forced landing, ahead or to the side. While you might be airborne at that moment, the odds are likely against your plane's ability to climb out of such a risky situation. You are low and slow. You still have the landing gear drag elements extended. The best strategy is to minimize turns and maneuver for a forced landing. Look for the most open, obstacle-free area ahead or to the side. Maintain aircraft control and put the wheels back onto the ground. Let's consider another scenario. You're in the air, you've retracted the gear, and now you discover an engine has failed. This situation should be treated as an airborne emergency. The pilot should accomplish the memory items of quick feather procedure, engine failure during flight checklist. Call it out. I think I have an engine failure. I think I have an engine failure. Pitch for blue line. Best rate of climb single engine, 88 knots. Continue to target this airspeed at almost any cost. Pilots should refocus back up to blue line airspeed in between each step of the quick feather. Now power up. Forward, forward, forward on the mixtures, props, and throttles. Next, we have to clean up the drag elements. Make sure that the gear and flaps are up. Then check the fuel controls. Verify that the fuel boost pumps and fuel selectors are on. Now we need to identify which engine has failed. A phrase all multi-engine pilots should know is dead foot, dead engine. This refers to the engine that has failed. The plane naturally tries to yaw and roll into the direction of the dead engine. Maintain aircraft control, heading and airspeed. Stop the dead engine turning. To hold heading during an engine failure, apply foot and hand pressure against the turning forces. The rudder and aileron will be applied towards the operative living engine. A phrase you should know is raise the dead, split the brick. This means aileron hand pressure to raise the wing with the dead engine, and rudder foot pressure to slide the inclinometer brick from full scale deflection to half center. Lift up your useless dead foot that you're not using. Slap it. This foot is dead to you. You don't need it. Call it out. Dead foot, dead engine. Identify. Dead foot, dead engine. We must then verify which engine has failed. There are many clues. Before moving forward, double check and verify that you correctly identified the real dead engine. To verify, smoothly pull the suspected dead throttle to idle. Pay attention and notice if there are any changes. Assuming you throttle down a dead engine, there would be no changes to notice. I pull the right throttle to idle and I note no change. If you incorrectly throttle down the operative engine, you would immediately notice significant changes, such as the engine becoming really quiet and changes in the engine gauges, rudder pressures, and performance. Once we have verified which engine is inoperative, we want to feather that propeller into a low drag state. To feather, smoothly pull the dead propeller control lever all the way back. After the engine fails, the propeller will continue spinning. A dead windmilling propeller creates a lot of drag, and it blocks the airflow from reaching the wing. Feathering will reduce the drag by twisting the blade angle 90 degrees into the relative wind. This feathering action effectively shuts down the engine and the RPMs drop to 0. Aerodynamics will improve and single engine climb performance increases significantly after the dead engine is feathered. Secure. Smoothly pull the dead mixture back to idle. This final step prevents fuel aboard from flowing to the dead engine. With the aircraft now under control, use the radio to declare an emergency and communicate your intentions and needs. Verify with the checklist that you have taken all the necessary steps. Congratulations! You've now completed the QuickFeather memory items for engine failure on takeoff. Be sure to look out for other videos to learn more procedures for safe flying.